Next up, we have got a talk from Frank Sliwka of IB Media Group about publishing a mobile game on an esports platform. So if we can get the mic over to... You got it? Yeah, awesome. If we could welcome Frank Sliwka to the stage, please.
Good afternoon. I hope the talk, what you had before, you heard a little bit more about esports. And I really thought when I followed this, and was a really nice discussion, that I may change my topic a little bit and I go more in the essentials and the basics than talking really about how to publish a game on an esports platform. Only some points, and Chris gave us some really good points. Yes, we have new games. We will have every time new games at the platforms, at online, offline tournaments. And yes, we have the big esports titles like Dota 2, like League of Legends, CSGO. We have mobile games like Mobile Legends, like what you mentioned, PUBG Mobile. It's growing, and honestly, I can everyone encourage here in the room, step into this space. It's full of opportunities in the next years. And can I show my presentation here? Or? Thank you. So, but before I'm segueing into the topic, my name is Frank Sliwka. I think I'm more than 25 years in the esports sector and the gaming sector. I really saw all these up and downs in the industry. I saw esports growing. The first time when I came in contact with esports, I met, really it was, and I thought, what are the heck the people are doing? It was really boys, 19, 18, 20. They wanted to compete against each other as a team in computer games. And they created a platform, a very small platform. And today, it's ESL. So this is really the beginning. And I was very happy to observe how, oh, thank you. Oh, okay, thank you. So I was very happy to see how this industry is growing and how every more people come into it and it's more and more established. And he spoke about chances, and I think the only number what I wanted to show is the growth in Asia and in the MENA region. It's 30% every year in esports. And this is across all the sectors. So for teams, for organizations, and for service agencies. So I'm the CEO of IB Media Group. We are a consulting company, and we have two pillars we work in. One is consulting, and the other one is our own projects. For the consulting, we are working with a lot of esports companies. One of them is Esports, I will explain it later. And the other one, we have our own projects. One is M42 Esports. That's an esports team that's focusing on Asia and more to the MENA region. And we have esports education. That it's everything about the serious education, esports management, and then the second part is for training the gaming skills. But I wanted to show here today how you can organize and how you can publish a game, and even if it's a small game, if it's a local game, if it's a regional game, through esports tournament platforms. Esports is an esports company based out of Sweden with outlets in Asia and Malaysia, Singapore, South America, in Ukraine. It's still even existing. And runs in the middle of everything an online tournament platform where you can engage with players. So at this platform, and esports is very, very known, like Face It for CSGO, esports is the #1 for Dota 2. So most of the online tournaments, important tournaments online, are happening at this platform. It's different to what we had some weeks ago, and Chris talked about at the International in Singapore 2 weeks ago, with I think $35 million prize pool for the top teams, but this was an offline event. So why do we have these platforms? It's, in this case, Dota 2, it's for teams to compete and try to bring back from the big tournaments like the International, the engagement, the atmosphere, back to the grassroots, so for everyone. And it's quite easy to do the registration at the platform, then look for tournaments, they're available, and then you can play. What level you have, it's not interesting. You can start and then you can train and get betting better and better. But available at this platform and then other platforms, not only one game, there are several games, if it's mobile games or it's online games. And around the platform, in this case, ePulse offers a lot more services to support partners, to support sponsors, to support, in this case, developers or publishers. That's, of course, pro tournaments. They are not happen at the platform. This has to be handled manually, on-site, but can be done every time. Another vertical is a broadcasting studio, an own one, where you can create content around the tournament. If you have live streaming, you can talk about it. You have hosts or analysts, whatever is needed. Then we have content production. That's the team in the background. They work with sponsors, partners, to create content around the brand, around the team, or around the tournaments. Of course, you have influencer networks, and this is very important, so that you can reach out to communities and engage and activate communities locally, regional, but also global. And then offline events, if needed, if you launch a game and you want to have players seeing live at an event, you want to do a bigger event, even if it's maybe in the mall or in a big sports hall, that's another part that is around this ecosystem. So, and you see only with one game, for example, with Dota 2, you have the platform, you can local, Dota 2, you can do female, Dota 2, or that's when I started, you can create the stars from tomorrow. So, and what I wanted to say, it was not a marketing talk, it was to show you the opportunity, what you can reach with an esports tournament platform if you want to publish a game. Only some points to mention it. A platform is very, very used to it to create communities, to reach out to communities, to work with communities. So you can grow, if you launch a game, with a platform, run tournaments, create content around that, and grow your community, starting locally. And then may go regional, and if you're really good, then you can go global. And the good thing is, what I said, behind, in this case, EPOLs, but could be also M42, for example, behind this is a huge influencer network, or community leaders, or scrim leaders. They know their communities, and they can be activated, engaged. EPOLs has a so-called organizer or company hub. That means you have access to the platform and you can create your own tournaments, your own strategy. Important, what you get, it's not only Google Analytics, you get a lot of data about your users, what they are doing. So we are quite good in understanding the users and prepare data so that you exactly know what they are doing, what they are playing, how long they are playing, when they are playing. So we can help with this knowledge, say, okay, start a tournament at 6 p.m. and not at 5:30 p.m. because people are not at home. Then, with all this ecosystem, you can create an engagement and retention with players. So you're not only doing one tournament. You offer a series of tournaments, or even a league. And this is not, as I said, limited to an online or mobile game. It's for all the games. But there's one point. One point is, every game has to have a competitive aspect. If it's not competitive, then we can help, but it's most important to have a competitive component. This is in a very, very short time what you can do if you work with an esports tournament platform, what opportunities you have to go into market, and what tools will be offered by such a partner. And the good thing is it's not so expensive. Good, this is very short about it. If you have any questions about this one, or in general about esports, it's your time, you can ask everything. I'm quite experienced in esports. Yeah, sure. Yeah, no. Yeah, I can think.
I have thank you so much for your talk, first of all. And my question is, EPOLS itself is a place to compete, or is it like a place to share the competitions?
At the end, it's both. It's both because it's a tournament platform where you organize tournaments online. But a lot of people say gaming is a new way to socialize. Yes, and it's not only limited to esports, it's a communication tool alongside. So yes, that's, I think, the beauty that you not only compete and talk about the tournaments, you also can interact with other teams.
I thought you had your hand up then, Dave. Do you have a question? Does anybody else have any more questions for Frank? Yeah. Slate's going to help out with the microphone situation.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. My question is about Esports Academy program. Is there any program for a poor place like out Amman and another places like Mafraq, Al Zarqa, or it's only in Amman?
I hope I understand the question the right way about academies. Esports is not so involved in that. If it's about players or gamers to get better, or what is your question exactly about the academy?
I mean, to advertise your idea or to take it more popular in your...
To promote it, like promotion.
Yeah, this is why I'm here to learn more about the region. So before that, we were in other countries here in the region to learn more about the communities, which games are played, what teams are here, to see what we can do to support the region to grow esports, and especially then here in Jordan.
I was going to ask about that actually, like localization in terms of global esports must be a hell of a challenge.
It's, yes and no. I think if you have the big games like Dota 2, you mostly follow the big Dota 2 community, so you know exactly in which countries how many people are playing Dota 2. So Peru, for example, it's very prominent for Dota 2. So it's a good way to go into that. But also, if you want to, what I told earlier, publish a game, you can work with an esports platform to go into regions.
Okay, does that answer your question? Yeah. Awesome. Anybody else? We've probably got time for one more question. And if not, then... Oh, Chris has got a question.
You obviously know a lot about esports internationally. What do you think is the kind of the hottest trend, the most exciting thing happening in space right now? Is it professionalization? Is it the launch of tournaments? Is there anything that you really should watch? What's going on with esports?
It's a very good question. I try to answer it very short. I think it's about professionalism, and in every area. The second point, it's to monetize, so to really create revenue streams for companies working in this space.